Right, so this is like next video in the sessions of like planets and their basic representations and all, and what they represent, how they impact our life. This video is about Rahu and Ketu together because I feel that it is always better to understand them together rather than understand them separately. They look like opposite energies, but they are just the opposite poles of the same energy. So it is easier to understand them together. If you understand Rahu, then it is equally easy to understand Ketu, and vice versa. They represent opposite things from our perspective, but those opposite things are counterparts. Okay, just like if we go into the origin of Rahu and Ketu, Rahu is the head portion of the body of the demon, and Ketu is the rest of the body, remaining body. So they cannot be separate from each other. They cannot be like representing opposite things. It is just from the perspective. It looks like opposite, but they are counterparts. They are joined with between each other. Okay. So Rahu is known as the north node of the moon. Ketu is known as the south node of the moon. Together they are known as the nodal axis of the moon. Rahu is also known as the like head of the dragon. Ketu is like the tail of the dragon, and they say that the dragon is Saturn in between. Okay. So because they are like one and the same body, they represent like things which look like opposite, like head and tail and all. But because head and tail are part of the same body, they are aligned with each other. Okay, they are counterparts, as I say. Okay. So Rahu represents sensitivity. Rahu is our sensitivity because all our sense organs are in the head portion of the body. Ketu represents insensitivity. Rahu represents our obsession. Ketu represents our isolation. Rahu represents where we gravitate towards. Ketu represents where we separate from. Okay. Rahu represents materialistic side of life. Ketu represents the spiritual side of life. Rahu represents attaining something. Okay. Ketu represents letting go of something. Rahu represents past life karma which we wanted to do. Ketu represents past life karma we have already done. If Rahu and Ketu are conjunct with another planet, it shows that person has some past life karma left over with the person related with that planet, or whichever house it rules, that planet rules. So suppose I have Rahu with moon, so I may have karma towards my mother, or whichever house moon rules in my chart, that house related person. Okay, same thing with Ketu with moon, same philosophy. Okay. um, Rahu is your this achievements, as I said, materialistic achievements, what you want to do, like Rahu is like going outward. It is like head portion of the body. It is a very extrovert planet. Ketu is more introvert. Ketu is more about rather than materialistic achievements. Ketu is about spiritual achievements like meditation, yoga, like going inwards, letting go of the things and the people and all. That is what Ketu represents. Ketu is also your past life expertise. Okay. As I said, what things you have done well in your past life, it becomes past life expertise. Rahu and Ketu both represent illusion, but for different reasons. Rahu represents illusion because we haven't done those things. It is like a person wanted to achieve that thing in past life, but he could not. But Ketu represents illusion because it is headless. Okay. So if you see they are looking like very opposite to each other, but this is what I said. If you understand one thing, it is easier to understand another thing. They are just the opposite poles of the same energy. The Rahu co-rules Aquarius sign, Ketu co-rules Scorpio sign. Rahu is obsession, materialistic desires, foreign things. Ketu is isolation, separation, letting go, spiritual desires. They both are malefic by nature. Nature wise, they both are malefic. Rahu is also malefic, Ketu is also a malefic. Maturity age wise, Rahu matures at 42 years of age, Ketu matures at 48 years of age. Time based dignity wise, Rahu owns Aquarius sign, as I said, Ketu owns Scorpio sign. They are also like their multi-home signs. Okay, Rahu is also like this multi-home sign will be Aquarius, and Ketu's multi-home sign will also be Scorpio. Enemy sign for them will be Leo and Cancer. Why? Because Leo and Cancer are ruled by Sun and Moon, and respectively. And if we go into mythological stories, Sun and Moon went to like Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, to complain about Sarvanu, the demon, from which the concept of Rahu Ketu came up. So they have enmity towards Sun and Moon. They eclipse only Sun and Moon. They don't eclipse any other planet. Okay. So dignity wise, I feel that this is the only dignity they have. Own sign, Mool Trikon sign, or like enemy sign. Own sign is Aquarius for Rahu. Mool Trikon sign is Aquarius for Rahu, and enemy signs are Leo and Cancer. Likewise, Moon sign is Scorpio for Ketu. Mool Trikon sign is Scorpio for Ketu. Enemy signs will be Leo and Cancer. I don't feel personally that they are exalted somewhere. They have any friendly signs and all. Nothing like that. They are neither exalted nor debilitated. They are just doing their function in the respective signs. Uh, with Rahu and Ketu, we have to look at the dignity of the planet in which sign they are placed in. Like if Rahu is in Sagittarius sign, we have to look at Jupiter's dignity. Then we will know how strong is Rahu. If Jupiter is strong, Rahu is strong in that case. If Jupiter is weak, Rahu is weak in that case. If Ketu is in, like, let's say Pisces sign, Pisces is the sign ruled by Jupiter again. So Jupiter's strength will decide Ketu's strength. Okay. Another thing, if they are like conjunct with another planet, then that conjunct planet like takes precedence. So if Rahu Moon are conjunct, okay, so Rahu will turn himself into Moon rather than the sign. Okay, that sign impact will be coming later, but first Rahu will be impacted by the Moon in this case. If Ketu is with Mercury, Ketu will transform itself like a Mercury. Okay, so in that case, like the conjunct planet dignity may like becomes better. Rahu Moon in Sagittarius is much better position than Rahu Moon in Scorpio, because in Scorpio Moon gets debilitated. Okay, so this is why like understanding Rahu Ketu can be like a complicated subject and needs detailed study. Their speed is like 1.5 years. 1.5 years or 18 months time period, approximately 18 months time period they cover through one sign. Okay. Their movement is retrograde only, they never go direct. Okay. So 18 months time period retrograde. There are two ways of like calculating true like Rahu Ketu movement is like true node or mean node. Okay, again it doesn't depend whether like true node is right or mean node is right, because largely the difference is only 2 weeks time. Okay, like Rahu and Ketu are about to change their signs in May. So with true node, it may change 2 weeks before. With mean node, it may change 2 weeks after. That is the only difference. Okay. Uh, Combustion. Okay. Combustion is like this combustion never happens with Rahu and Ketu because they cause the eclipse. Okay, normal concept of combustion is that if a planet is coming closer to sun, then it is getting burnt off. And then but with Rahu and Ketu, what happens that if they come closer to sun, they eclipse the sun. So combustion never happens with Rahu and Ketu. Eclipse happens, sun gets eclipsed or moon gets eclipsed. So this is like a different thing. Um, there are some transits which are very important with Rahu Ketu. Then that is like nodal returns, nodal return and all. That is like advanced study. Unconventional methods or alternate medication. Okay, unconventional medication, rare things. Okay, unusual things, kundalini energy and all is all like connected with Rahu and Ketu. Okay, so they are like the confusing points, but if we understand them in detail and in with proper studies, we can understand them and we can know how to work with them. Okay, thank you. We will have another session on Uranus, Neptune, Pluto in the next session, and then I will be posting videos on Saturn's transit on 5.